Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I am doing a 2-year review of owning my 2010 Chevy Malibu, and I actually sold it to my brother last September. I just gave it away. I gave it to him for free. But this is a 2-year review. It's 2 years coming up since I've owned it and my brother's owned it together. It's now his. But I want to go over everything that we've done to the car since I got it off my aunt in 2023 with 113,000 miles. He now holds just over 136,000 miles. As you can see, we still have the rust hole, and I figured out the culprit. So you see in there's like this little, it's also reached to the door too, but there's this little foam padding. Well, that's actually supposed to collect moisture, or no, it's supposed to soundproof your car, but it's been collecting moisture, and it rotted out this whole entire fender. And I don't know what that scratch is from, but as you can see, that foam pad, it rains over time, and it even made the door speakers blow over time with water damage. As you can see, another rust hole, typical Chevy wheel well rust, where those stupid foam pads are. I don't know about the wheel well spots, but yeah. The back, pretty good shape, actually. We blacked out the emblems. And the side, this is where I hit it, or this is where a motorcycle hit me and knocked my back bumper off, and I lost the side marker, but I tried fixing it as much as I can. More typical Chevy wheel well rust. Down there, I think, is another spot where they have the soundproofing foam pads that collect moisture over time. And then that wheel, right, that whole entire rim is from the junkyard, because we've had a few multiple occasions where we hit curbs, and we also got the front brakes done. As you can see, it looked pretty clean down there, and more rust and other cosmetic stuff. As you can see, we're missing some plastic and bits of the cars falling apart. But underneath, the body looks bad, but underneath it actually doesn't look that bad. For a 15-year-old car, yes, it's rusty, but you would think it would look worse for being this old, and the condition of the body, it's really not in bad shape at all. Surface rust. It's not like eating the car apart. You know what I mean? But yeah, other than that, I think the car's in good shape. The body's in a lot rough shape than the rest. And these are new hubcaps, plastic hubcaps I put on with Chevy logos, sticky Chevy logos. All right, so let me use the key. It doesn't come with a key fob, never did. Came with 2 keys. All right, as you can see, service tire monitor, whatever. 136,615 miles, has the check engine light on. For evap, not a biggie. Basically, I live in a northern state, so all of the tire pressure sensors have gone bad over time. It's not even showing the tire pressures gauges. There we go. So the cold weather killed the batteries and the tire sensors, so they don't even work. So you got to carry one of those gauges. I'm not saying that'll happen to you, but it happened to me. So 20.8 miles per gallon. My brother, he leaves the car running and just warms it up a lot. So it holds about 400 miles to a tank if you're conservative. It's loud on idle. I think it might have an engine tick. Let me show you guys the engine. Yeah, it has an engine tick. I don't know what that noise is, but it looks like he put on a new one of those. I don't know what they're called. I'm not good with cars, at least messing around with them. But yeah. The thing I like about this car is it doesn't need one of those poles to keep it standing up. But yeah, it's in pretty good shape though. The rockers are surprisingly not in bad shape. I mean, yeah, there's this, but this is just from shutting the door all the time. But there's not really that much rust. There's just rust staining. Usually the rockers are the first to go in, a Chevy when it comes to rust. Also, the interior is in pretty good shape. Chevys at least the Malibus of this trim level are prone to staining when it comes to the seats. Floor is in good shape, back is in good shape. It's, you know, decent small size car. But yeah, let's take it for a test drive. All right, y'all, let's do a 0 to 60 test. It may not be the prettiest or the quietest car, but at 136,613 miles, it drives pretty good. There is an exhaust leak, but it's not anything too crazy. The evap code is on, which happens to a lot of Chevys, you know. But yeah, other than that, you know, it's pretty good. Can't complain. Drives pretty straight. As you can see, drives straight. Brother did set up the overhead speedometer, which I thought was pretty cool. He also has this GPS screen, which this was my car. Fun fact, this was my car. I'm the one that put that in here. So replaced the door speakers, that one and that one, because they had water damage and they didn't work anymore. So you couldn't even hear the turn signal. You couldn't even hear the beep when the car started up. But now it's all fixed and drives pretty smooth. It's not the quietest, like I said, but you know, it's not bad. Better than a car payment. On the screen, 114,169 miles. It drives just about the same as it did when I got it at 113,000 miles, which I did a review on it. This is basically a 2-year later review of a 15-year-old car. And you know, Chevy, people talk shit, but Chevy, you know, they have good cars and they last. Cruise control still works, no problem. You know, it doesn't have the crazy bells and whistles, but it's what you would expect of a 15-year-old car. You know, nothing too crazy. My review 2 years later of basically having this Malibu in hands, I would say it's pretty good. It still runs like how it did. You know, we've done some repairs, brakes. I think the bearings, the traction and ABS light came on last year, but that was because I was driving it like a maniac. So it needed things fixed. If you haven't checked out my original 2023 video of me reviewing this car when I first got it, brand new, and then it went to my aunt and now it came to me. You can't really say that often, but that I've had this car in the family since new. There is more rust right here. More rust right at this. I want to get this replaced. You know, it's a really nice 15-year-old car. They say Hondas and Toyotas last, you know, however longer than Chevy, but like this car is still solid. I mean, it's not bad, and it's 15 years old. It's a Chevy. And I think Chevys are just looked down upon. You know, it sucks. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. It's been real. It's been Alex. Peace out.